Have you ever looked at two women of the same age and wondered why one looks effortlessly elegant while the other seems stuck in the past? Here's the surprising truth. It usually has very little to do with age. It has very little to do with weight. And it certainly doesn't have to do with how much money they spend on clothes. More often than not, it comes down to a handful of fashion habits that quietly work against them. And today, we're going to talk about them. Now, before we begin, I want to say something that might be a little controversial. I believe women over 50 have been given some of the worst fashion advice imaginable. For years, they've been told to dress their age, to avoid trends, to play it safe, to stop attracting attention. And in my opinion, that advice has robbed many women of their confidence. Because elegance isn't about becoming invisible. It's about becoming unforgettable. So today, we're uncovering 10 fashion mistakes that may be aging your look, diminishing your confidence, and preventing you from showing up as the most stylish version of yourself. And make sure you stay until the very end, because the final mistake is one that even fashionable women make without realizing it. It's subtle, but once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Before we jump in, I have a question for you. Do you believe women should follow age-based fashion rules, or should they wear whatever makes them feel confident? Tell me your answer in the comments. I have a feeling opinions are going to be divided on this one. And if you love timeless fashion, confidence, and elegance, don't forget to subscribe to Graceful and Chic after 50. Now, let's begin. Fashion mistake number 1. Wearing clothes that are too large to hide your body. This is one of the most common mistakes women make after 50. Many women begin choosing oversized clothing because they believe it hides imperfections. The logic seems reasonable. If you're uncomfortable with a certain area of your body, covering it up with more fabric should solve the problem. Right? Not exactly. In reality, oversized clothing often creates the opposite effect. Instead of creating a graceful silhouette, it can make the entire body appear larger and less defined. Now, let's be clear. Comfort matters. Nobody is suggesting that you squeeze yourself into clothing that feels restrictive or uncomfortable. But there is a huge difference between comfortable and shapeless. Elegant women understand this distinction. Their clothes don't cling to every curve, but they also don't hang off the body like a tent. They choose pieces that skim the body beautifully and create structure where it's needed. A tailored blazer, a well-fitted dress, a pair of trousers that actually complement their shape. These details make all the difference. Here's a question. Would you rather wear a perfectly fitted $50 outfit or a poorly fitted $500 outfit? Tell me in the comments, because I think most stylish women know the answer. Fashion mistake number 2. Holding on to outdated trends for decades. Now, this one tends to spark debate. And honestly, that's okay. We all have favorite pieces in our wardrobes. That jacket you've loved for 20 years. That blouse you've worn on countless occasions. Those shoes that remind you of a special chapter in your life. There's nothing wrong with sentimental pieces. The problem begins when your entire wardrobe becomes a time capsule. Fashion evolves. Not because the fashion industry says so, but because our lifestyles evolve. Our tastes evolve. Our confidence evolves. Yet many women continue wearing styles that haven't felt current in years. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes what feels familiar isn't actually flattering anymore. Now, I'm not saying you should chase every trend. Far from it. The most elegant women rarely follow trends blindly. Instead, they selectively adopt modern touches that keep their style feeling fresh and relevant. That's the secret. Not trendy. Not outdated. Timeless with a modern twist. If you're enjoying this discussion so far, subscribe to Graceful and Chic after 50, because we talk about these style truths every week. And trust me, the next mistake might be costing you more elegance than you realize. Fashion mistake number 3. Ignoring the power of tailoring. This may be the most underrated fashion secret in the world. Many women spend hundreds of dollars on new clothes, yet they refuse to spend a small amount tailoring them. And that decision often costs them the polished appearance they're looking for. Here's something most elegant women understand. The clothes aren't supposed to fit perfectly when you buy them. They're supposed to fit perfectly after they're adjusted. Think about it. No two women have identical proportions. Different heights, different shoulders, different waistlines, different body shapes. So why would off-the-rack clothing fit everyone perfectly? It doesn't. That's where tailoring comes in. A small adjustment can completely transform how an outfit looks. Shortening a sleeve, adjusting a hemline, defining the waist. These changes may seem minor, but visually, they create a huge difference. In fact, tailoring often makes affordable clothing look expensive. And isn't that what we all want? Fashion mistake number 4. Believing that dark colors are always more flattering. For years, women have been told one simple rule: wear black, wear navy, wear dark colors. They'll make you look slimmer. And while there is some truth to that idea, it has been taken way too far. The result? Many women end up with wardrobes filled almost entirely with dark shades. Black, gray, navy, brown, again and again. And over time, something important gets lost. Brightness, freshness, energy. As we mature, our skin tone often changes. Hair color changes. Features soften. And sometimes extremely dark colors can create harsh contrasts that don't do us any favors. That doesn't mean you should abandon black completely. It simply means you shouldn't be afraid of color. Soft blues, elegant creams, warm pinks, rich jewel tones. These shades can add life and sophistication to your appearance. Here's my controversial opinion. Many women look better in color than they do in black. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know below, because I know this one is going to spark some strong opinions. Fashion mistake number 5. Choosing comfort over style every single time. Now, before anyone gets upset, hear me out. Comfort matters. In fact, comfort should absolutely be part of your style equation. The problem arises when comfort becomes the only consideration. When every outfit is chosen solely based on convenience. When style takes a permanent backseat. Elegant women don't choose between comfort and style. They look for both. And that's an important distinction, because today, there are countless options that offer comfort without sacrificing sophistication. The idea that women over 50 must choose one or the other is simply outdated. You deserve both. And the women who consistently look polished understand exactly how to strike that balance. Now stay with me, because we're only halfway through the list. And the next 5 mistakes are the ones I see even stylish women making every single day. Fashion mistake number 6. Wearing the wrong undergarments. Now, this may not be the most glamorous topic, but it might be one of the most important. And honestly, it's something that many women overlook. Here's the reality. Even the most beautiful outfit can lose its impact if the foundation underneath isn't right. A dress that pulls in the wrong places. A blouse that doesn't sit properly. Trousers that create unwanted lines. These issues are often blamed on the clothing itself. But many times, the real culprit is what's underneath. The right undergarments can improve the way clothes fit, drape, and move. They create smoother lines and a more polished silhouette. And no, this isn't about trying to change your body. It's about allowing your clothes to perform the way they were designed to. One of the smartest style investments a woman can make isn't another dress. It's ensuring she has the proper foundation pieces. And here's something I'd love to know. Do you think most women underestimate the importance of proper undergarments? Tell me in the comments. I think the answers might surprise us. Fashion mistake number 7. Over-accessorizing. Now this one is fascinating because it usually comes from a good place. Many women love accessories. A statement necklace, bold earrings, a bracelet, a scarf, a handbag, maybe even a few rings. Individually, these pieces can be beautiful. But together, sometimes they compete for attention. The most elegant women understand an important principle. Not everything has to be the star. In fact, elegance often comes from restraint. One beautiful necklace can be more powerful than 5 competing accessories. One stunning pair of earrings can make a stronger statement than an entire collection worn at once. Here's a style rule that many chic women follow. Before leaving the house, take one last look in the mirror and ask yourself, what can I remove? Often, less truly is more. Now, I know some of you may disagree with me on this one. If you love bold accessories, let me know in the comments. Are you a more is more woman or a less is more woman? I can't wait to read your answers. Fashion mistake number 8. Ignoring modern footwear. Shoes have an incredible impact on an outfit. In fact, they can completely change how a look is perceived. Yet many women spend hours selecting the perfect outfit and only seconds choosing their shoes. And that's a mistake. Now let's be honest. Comfortable shoes are important, especially as we get older. But comfortable does not have to mean outdated. Today's fashion world offers countless options that are both stylish and practical. Elegant flats, sophisticated loafers, modern sneakers, chic low heels, beautiful boots. The options are endless. The key is making sure your footwear complements the rest of your outfit rather than working against it. Because sometimes it's not the dress that's aging the look, it's the shoes. And that realization alone can transform your wardrobe. Fashion mistake number 9. Avoiding every trend. Now this may sound surprising, especially after we've talked about avoiding trend chasing. But hear me out. There is a difference between blindly following trends and completely rejecting them. Some women become so determined to stay timeless that they accidentally become outdated. They avoid every new idea, every fresh silhouette, every modern detail. And over time, their style begins to feel frozen in another era. The most stylish women don't adopt every trend. But they remain curious. They stay open. They experiment. They adapt. Maybe it's a modern handbag, a contemporary shoe style, a fresh color palette, a new way of layering. These small updates keep a wardrobe feeling current without sacrificing elegance. And here's my controversial opinion. Some women age their style more by avoiding trends than by embracing them. What do you think? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments, because this is one of the biggest style debates in the fashion world. And now we've arrived at the final mistake, the one I promised at the beginning, the mistake that may be affecting more women than any other. Fashion mistake number 10. Losing confidence in your personal style. This is the biggest mistake of all, because confidence is the accessory that every outfit needs. And unfortunately, many women lose it over time. Not because they're less beautiful, not because they're less capable, not because they've lost their sense of style, but because society constantly sends them a message that says fashion belongs to the young, a message that says style has an expiration date, a message that says after a certain age, women should stop caring about how they look. And honestly, that message is nonsense. Some of the most stylish women in the world are well over 50. Some are over 60. Some are over 70. And some are over 80. What makes them stand out isn't perfection. It's confidence. They wear what they love. They know who they are. They understand that elegance isn't about looking younger. It's about looking like the very best version of yourself. And that's a powerful difference. The truth is, style doesn't end at 50. For many women, that's when it truly begins. Because by then, you're no longer dressing to impress everyone else. You're dressing to express yourself. You're dressing with intention. You're dressing with wisdom. And you're dressing with confidence. Before we finish, I want to ask you one final question. Which of these 10 fashion mistakes do you think is the most common? And which one have you personally struggled with the most? Share your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I love hearing your experiences. And if you enjoyed today's discussion and want more fashion advice, style inspiration, and confidence-building tips for women over 50, make sure you subscribe to Graceful and Chic After 50. Remember this: fashion has no age limit, elegance never expires, and confidence will always be in style. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.